Hey now, everybody. Jeff Katz back with you. Hope you're all doing well and want to continue along as discussed in the post earlier this week with materials for the WRP sister show, The Underground. If you're not familiar with The Underground, we shot this maybe a year, not even a year. I have to check, frankly. Maybe a year after WRP, and it was honestly a bit of a lifeline to me at the time. This came to me via Brian Robbins. Some of you may remember from the TV show Head of the Class. He's gone on to have a terrific career in entertainment, did Varsity Blues, is currently an executive at Paramount, actually directed Ready to Rumble, ironically. I totally forgot about that. And as it happened, Brian's kids were fans of wrestling. They loved John Cena, and they were interested in doing something, and he was aware of my background in the business, and so I got a call to go meet Brian at Soho House, and we had a conversation where he basically wanted to try to do wrestling for tweens, and if I had any thoughts, and so I came back to him with a way to do it, with the idea that it would continue to be an extension, basically, of what I had started with WRP, and so The Underground, again, is going to take the idea that this is in a separate universe, the same universe as WRP, and to the point MVP is the Lord of War, and Chase Walker now is a fully out and proud, or I should say Joey Ryan as a fully out and proud Chase Walker. They're going to appear. You're going to have Sparky Ballard and Rick Knox as the same officials, and that basically this is what's going on in sort of the high school age realm of the universe where WRP exists. And so basically we went out, developed this with them. Actually also got to work with a guy by the name of Joe Davola. Some of you may remember Crazy Joe Davola from Seinfeld. That's actually an homage to the real Joe Davola, who is not at all crazy. He's a great dude. And so Joe actually was at MTV along with my friend Doug Herzog and one of my mentors, Bobby Friedman, at the time of the Rock and Wrestling Connection in the early 80s. And so Joe Davola is a guy who someone should interview because he lived all of that mid-80s WWE stuff, all the Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Cyndi Lauper explosion, etc. So anyway, loved working with these guys. I have not revisited this show at all since I locked picture on it because, to be frank, like while I was making it, I was going through all sorts of crazy stuff personally, which all obviously came out in the wash with my WRP issues. And so it was an interesting sort of challenge to go and keep this stuff all together and execute while also knowing that, oh boy, I've got all sorts of issues going on personally that I'm going to have to sort of deal with and that you might be able to put off, but that are going to eventually come and bite you. And so really quick, going to take a quick look here at the trailer materials to give you a sense of everything. As you can see, you see Rick Knox there, you see the Young Bucks. The whole idea here with Awesomeness, which is the reason they hired Brian Robbins, was he had a very successful run doing stuff with CW. They had done One Tree Hill. That's in fact how the Young Bucks came to this, because I think it was Matt Jackson's wife was a huge fan of One Tree Hill. And so now the idea here is not really heavy gimmicks. It's sort of like guys you would see in high school, might be their nickname, might be, if anything, a slightly accelerated gimmick idea. And that these kids are all meeting up basically in an underground fight club to go take each other on for money. So there's no title, none of that sort of stuff. It's about basically a cash prize and pride and the sort of angst and issues that you would feel like with any teenage sort of show. So imagine if the CW did wrestling, this was the idea. So if WRP was HBO or FX, this is our genre or my universe's sort of nod to CW or the old school WB, if you will, or the WWWB, if you prefer your little green frog, Michigan J Frog, I believe. I'm embarrassed that I know that. So, as you can see, the whole point with casting talent here beyond the two WRP guys was young, looking high school age, feeling authentic in that area. And as we go on, we'll take you through the casting, how we found all of these guys, the help of companies like SoCal Pro and so forth, and also get into working with the Young Bucks, who were guys I really enjoyed working with and who I really like and root for a lot. And so we got a lot of Underground to come, and we'll get into that shortly, and I'm looking forward to it.